later on in the day.
Mark Lowen, thank you very much indeed. I want to speak now to Francesco Galietti, who's the CEO and co-founder of Rome-based political risk consultancy policy Sonar. I want to talk about what's on the agenda today in a moment, but first just to go back on the achievement of yesterday, what do you make of the deal that was agreed on funding Ukraine through using frozen assets, frozen Russian assets? How significant is that as a G7 achievement?
It's a great achievement. We're seeing progress. It's a great show of, it's a great display of unity and strength. And all things considered, especially considering the amount of lame duck leaders at the G7 summit, it is an achievement, an actual one. The numbers are big, they're very substantial. And probably there's something we're not told, because if you look at the figure, like 50 billion euros given to Ukraine, they cannot simply be funded through interest accruing on Russian assets. There must be something else at play. Anyway, another important issue is not just the size of the ticket, it's the timing. Clearly, the announcement has come after the EU elections to avoid that war fatigue could affect the electoral outcome.
Interesting. And today they're focusing on China as part of it. So do you think some of the differences that they have between the different leaders might have come out a bit on the discussions over what to do about China and its policies?
Well, it's an unfinished business. The business of how to deal with the Chinese EVs is very much open. The US have moved to the fore with 100% tariff increases on imports of Chinese EVs. And we've seen clearly the European Commission developing thinking of its own about this topic. And, well, some diverging views at the level of individual member states. France more bolder than Germany, and Germany using a lot of doublespeak. Authorities in Germany, Berlin, opposed tariffs, but we've seen service polls across German industrialists who are very much in favor of tariff hikes. So all in all, we are seeing important developments there on imports. We have to see how consistent the tariff increase is with what is commonly known as tariff jumping. So like Chinese EV producers settling down in Europe, setting up factories and producing out of Europe.
Now listen, there's also the leaders of India, Brazil, Turkey, other non-Western leaders appearing at the G7, which is not a usual thing. Is that in part to try and separate them out a little bit from Russia, who they've been getting quite cosy with recently, some of these nations?
There's certainly some of that, and there's also the fact that Giorgia Meloni, the host, the pro tempore chairwoman, sees herself as a bridge builder. She's always kept a very open channel with other multilateral fora like the G20. We remember her patting Narendra Modi's shoulders last year. She sees herself as a leader who reaches out to the global south. She gets along brilliantly with Argentinian leader. That's a little bit Meloni herself.
Francesco Galietti, thank you very much indeed for your thoughts on the subject. Thank you.